Please tell us we remember. But if there's a dream, how is the... Good, you're there.
Good morning, Nahida. Wait. Now that Paimon remembers everything, should we instead say good morning, Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Did she forget everything?
Hey! What's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good.
Where's Dunyarzad?
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
Did Dunyarzad already disappear? No way!
Oh, shit.
Are we too late?
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
Dang! We were so close.
Paimon can't believe it. Wait, so what about that other Dunyarzad? Just what is she? Is she also going to disappear?
She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream, so another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream that helps to keep it going.
Just an extra echo, aside from the real thing.
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real Dunyarzad.
Puppets are stiff, and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just there as filler. You know, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad might not have been too different from a puppet.
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness, and it was you who inspired her. So you do remember her after all.
So the real Dunyarzad actually passed away.
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No, I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon.
What is a real Archon, considering the fact that we're all in a dream?
I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sabzeruz festival with so many regrets.
Oh god, it's like a scene from the first Pokemon movie with like the scene that was cut out, where it's like all the clones got together in this dream world and they all die out except for Mewtwo.
Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the sage's fault, and theirs alone.
I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to rationally observe the distance between myself and a real Archon.
She'd probably be able to beat up the current Venti.
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad.
Even God is allowed to be sad.
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the Samsara as soon as possible.
The only way we could do that is to let the frickin' festival finish without the sages.
Great, but how do we do that?
We gotta let the dream carry on itself. And he lost, like, pretty much all of his godly powers.
Although the Sabzeruz festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. Even the Akasha is unable to create them.
We gotta stop the sages from interfering.
That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Huh? So, how should we find that person?
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their consciousness. Which means, with the power of imagination, they can change anything in this dream.
Imagination?
Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal.
I've heard the word creativity, and I heard of some "don't hug me, I'm scared" references. Like, you gotta be creative! And like, I don't know, are we using imagination as if it's a way to be creative?
Like when the server at a tavern brings a plate to you, you'd naturally assume that food is on it.
Because our mind fills it in.
However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you imagine gold and more on the plate,
Are we actually the one who's dreaming?
the dream will respond in kind, and the server really will bring you gold and more.
Oh god.
But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, it will always be food.
So how do we find the host?
Find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that happens...
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, it'd be like... And even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize they're dreaming?
Is it Dea?
After all, like you said, don't wake a sleepwalker.
Is it Dea?
It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. As for me...
Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the Traveler went?
Yes. I want to try something. There must still be a small wisp of possibility. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises. Unnecessary things like this samsara need to end.
Agreed. 1000%. This frickin' cycle needs a break.
Paimon's still a little upset that she was such a good person, with such a simple wish.
I just feel so demoralized.
Yeah. Saving Dunyarzad is what kept us going this whole time.
Yeah, well... Was there ever a way? We gotta work fast. We've gone through so many days at a time.
But we mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see us save everyone else. Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this stream? Feels like it would be easier to control...
Knowing the plan, they'd probably become aware that they were dreaming and would be less likely to realize it's a dream.
That's true. Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other factors beyond their control. So, who do you think the host of the dream is?
Harris, the Knight of Flowers? Why would he be the host?
Oh, that would make sense. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is a symbol of the whole Sabzeruz festival, right? Let's go ask him some questions.
I really think it's Dea. Because... like... she's the one who, like, changed as the dream went on. But then again, has anybody else changed as the dream went on? Or anyone else does not remember? I'm almost getting sick and tired of Samira way more than Mondstadt. You shut up and stop with the candy.
You're back. You left in a hurry last time. Is everything okay?
Yes, you're dreaming. Stop it.
Everything's fine. Just,
An experiment? That came out of nowhere.
could you make a wish?
Imagine your wish coming true before your very eyes.
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sabzeruz festival tradition or something?
You've only scratched the surface of Samira. Oh, God.
Questions for wishing!
Just do it.
Okay. My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but I want Miss Dunyarzad to be happy.
Oh.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down. She just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so gentle and kind, and all the kids love her. I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Ferris Knight of Flowers is because I'm special to her, or something.
So, you have a crush on Dunyarzad?
Oh, is it that obvious? After what I just said, I guess it is. When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me, I want everyone to have a happy Sabzeruz festival.
Let me guess. Dunyarzad is actually the one who is dreaming. She's the host. But her puppet is still around, so...
What she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that... Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Felt like... Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Is he actually the host?
Please come true.
I'm gonna open my eye. Oh!
What?
Fucky? Sorry, but only one portion of Yelda candies per person. Back home you go.
Nope, he's not the host.
Nice try, you two. Anyway,
Guess he isn't the host of this dream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy.
Then, who is the host? Was it Dunyarzad before she passed away and we're still reliving this?
It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad loves her. but none of them has any idea that
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right. This is...
Are we actually gonna fight them?
Dia can handle them! Hey, Traveler!
Yeah, well, I think it's about time I started fighting something! Alright. Who wants to get their ass kicked? Who wants to get violent? Thirst for blood.
Oh, it's you. Great timing.
No.
Please take...
You take her, and I'll handle it.
Hey, this is my job. The homie Yanni's paying me.
Nah,
not you.
you're wasting your breath. Leave!
Fine, alright. Anyway, watch yourself.
Okay. I think it's about time I do something about this. I'm gonna screw
So you
everybody.
got yourself some backup.
Yeah, well, guess what? I'm bored. I'm ready to face somebody. Being bored. Frig off every single one of you.
Leave it all to me.
There you go. Yep. I will smack you back and forth. Smack you back.
Scatter!
Let me scry.
There we go.
Terminate!
Yep.
Delved into destiny. Decided by destiny.
Boom. Got him. Except for that one. And nobody was around to see what happened. Except for whoever's there or not. Ah, more. Come on. I cornered you. I got you screwed.
As a good knight should.
Frig off. Frig off. Frig off. Damn it. Oh my god, the way you went in the corner. Ah, god, you're stuck in a corner. I'll push you in the corner. There we go. Oh god, the way you flew backwards.
I must
Ow.
leave no stone
You
unturned.
lay off. There we go. Alright, you lay off. Oh god.
Let me scry.
Let me cry. Because I want this to be done. There we go. Done.
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys?
Yes. Yes, I was. And I'm angry at myself.
You and Nahida both. Dunyarzad wouldn't want to see you two like this.
Even though I'm pissed off, and it will be an endless conflict.
Oh, and speaking of her, remember how during the first Sabzeruz festival, before the Samsara started, we came here with Dunyarzad? Because she said it was because she had forgotten something.
I don't remember, but what the hell?
Okay, so Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around here.
Maybe.
She pointed, yeah, even if it's only a tiny clue.
The needle and haystack search here?
This is the place. It's rude to enter other people.
You know what? Concerning the fact we might be in her dream.
Windows are unlocked. Okay. Paimon's gonna take a peek inside.
Fine, do it. The room returns, carrying something. What?
This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing inside. Should we open it?
Yes! We're already in someone's dream and someone else's reality, so of course we're gonna be screwing up around with someone's... Oop, elegantly. I'm finally gonna get those notes written before the Sabzeruz. 16 days. Once the festival ends, Paimon will probably continue journaling immediately. I hope we'll find this good to you. There's a compilation of folk legends concerning the Lesser Lord Kusanelli created from the series of interviews and I conducted in succession. I interviewed so many people, I'm afraid there are very few who knew much about her. Still, I hope that this will be much use to you in search of her. Gondara Vale's water supply is also contaminated. Forest, what? It's all a dream, so feel free to commit crimes. Okay! People suddenly found the water is drinkable again. Some say the green light was seen near the light source at previous night. Everyone believed this is the divine power of Lord Kusanelli at work. The sound of possible contamination of water sources via natural means should take ages. Delirium hallucinatory. What? Kusanali appear in Gandara Vale after her mama passed away. I was super afraid of the dark. I couldn't, but I would hear her voice in the chat until I sleep. A nice lady told the literally must be watching over me again. Poor child, I hope this Sabzeruz festival makes him a little happier. This is quite similar to something I experienced back then. She is indeed a gentle god. There was this one time I was a bit too much to drink, and I couldn't find my home to save my life. Then I returned to the corner. I couldn't sworn I saw Lesser Lord Kusanali. She was very tall, and I had most muscular arms. What? She was tall and had the most muscular arms. She caught me when I slept. The next morning, I found myself under a tree. I reckon that must be her looking out for me. I'm not sure if there's much value of the reference. That would be of tree, right? These folk records depended. Yada yada yada. References and opinions leave every single page densely packed. Okay.
Wow. Dunyarzad, even though she was also busy preparing for the Sabzeruz festival and had all her health problems to worry, she must have wanted to give this to us as a gift on the day of the Sabzeruz. If we hadn't found this book, we never would have known. But now that we know, we can't even thank her. Hey! Where are you off to now?
Yeah, because the traveler blames herself for not getting closer to the truth enough. That's the thing with beating yourself up. When you don't solve the problem fast enough before another tragedy happens. Ah, crap. Almost the end of another day. I want this frickin' Archon quest to end! And the Samsara to end as well. Oh, God.
It's Dunyarzad's puppet.
I'll feel better if I say this out loud. We're just reliving the same moment. Thank you.
Traveler?
Did she actually get it? Does she actually remember?
You must be exhausted.
Is the host actually Dunyarzad?
Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago.
We were everywhere. Just in different realities, different people, even the same of us. Just overlapping. Oh, God. Just memories flooding back. We were everywhere. We talked.
Still remembers when we were sitting here. And the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about NILOU'S dance of Sabzeruz.
We gotta do something about the dance.
There will always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
Is she aware? This
that was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
Does that mean? Dunyarzad?
Yes, Traveler. What is it?
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, how come...
Not leave it behind any regrets. So we're going to the festival and we're actually getting the dance going.
What? Where are we going this time?
We're gonna finish the festival. And we're gonna get a dance and tell those sages to frig off! It's a really interesting game. It's a very sad one. If you ever watched
If you
it...
continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into every single event organizer.
You know what? Screw you!
The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency.
I know. How did things turn out like this?
Oh, I think I know how. I'm gonna tell them to frig off! Or I'll slit your throat right then and there!
Traveler? You don't have to get involved. He's a sage from the academia.
No, he's a
I don't
frickin'
want to drag you into this.
hindrance.
Traveler.
Traveler?
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? If you get arrested by the academia, that's another day gone to waste.
Yeah, well, guess what? We're doing it. What are you gonna say? You gonna get involved? They don't know how to
Wait.
respond.
They're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff?
They're puppets. So... they're also related. Let me guess. The people who are also here, they also died in real life as well. And it's just puppets that are, like, acting the way they should.
Oh, of course! If this is the sage's plan, they wouldn't put themselves through this! So they're just substitutes!
They can't
What
actually
is
argue.
this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage?
What's up with these flowers? Is this NILOU'S dream? Because she wanted to...
Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers. It's just a shame that all the real Padisaras went extinct after her death.
It's NILOU'S dream. She imagined the flowers, and they became real, even though they weren't there before.
Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers. But she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful shade of purple.
It's also interesting that we get a lot more flashbacks in this in these Archon quests compared to any other Archon quest, which almost has a Phoenix Wright moment here. Now that I think about it, it is like a Phoenix Wright moment. We get flashbacks here and in Phoenix Wright.
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisaras?
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess of flowers passed away? So, how?
She's the host.
Yeah. What's going on here?
NILOU, close your eyes.
Huh?
Imagine the Grand Sage and his entourage are not here in front of you.
You guys are acting weird. But okay.
She's the host.
Hey! They disappeared! So NILOU'S the host! What a surprise!
I thought it was Junior's but no.
Purple Padisaras don't exist in the real world anymore. But it's just like the example Nahida told us. People assume there will be food on a plate, and NILOU assumed there would be real Padisaras in the flower pots. So when you saw the flowers, you instantly knew it was NILOU?
Yes.
But if we want to end the Samsara, we need the host to become aware that they're dreaming.
So the only way she can be aware is if she's allowed to do the dance.
How should we make NILOU realize that?
Make her think there's an audience watching her.
Am I dreaming?
Yes. How do you come to that conclusion?
So I'm right. Is this Lesser Lord Kusanali responding to our celebration of the Sabzeruz festival?
Yes.
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. The point is, what made you think this is a dream? As far as you know, people in Sumeru don't dream, right?
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage? To prevent a calamity, he went on a journey to find the Dendro Archon.
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that when we first arrived in Sumeru City.
Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. There's more to the story. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendro Archon, and she finally gave her blessing to him. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could comprehend. Afterward, he said to the Dendro Archon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for far too long. They must be worried." The Dendro Archon smiled. The next second, the sage found himself lying in his bed, as if he had just woken up from a dream. His wife, lying next to him, said, "You're off to search for the Dendro Archon today, aren't you? Have a safe journey, my love." In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City, and founded the Academia.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of the story? He never went on his journey?
Yes, but his faith and determination were conveyed to the Dendro Archon, so she blessed him in the form of a dream.
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting connection.
Yeah.
But we really gotta wake up soon, like the sage in the story.
This dream should be over soon.
I see. Well,
It just so happens that today's Sabzeruz festival is almost over too.
So you're gonna live it out and dance it out? Now that you have no more obstacles to worry about?
Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sabzeruz as beautiful as we can.
Fine. Do it! Finally.
The wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the dance of Sabzeruz.
Oh, finally get a cutscene out of this. It's just like the end of Link's Awakening.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see NILOU'S dance.
Finally! An end to this stupid nightmare! Or endless nonsense. We finally get to wake up.
Oh, good morning, traveler. Oh, Paimon feels like she's been asleep for the longest time.
Are we still in there? Are we still in there?
Paimon's head feels super heavy. Paimon thinks it was after the Sabzeruz festival.
Is it actually after?
The Sabzeruz festival! Have we finally escaped from the Sabzeruz Samsara?
I think you remember it, but...
Quick! Take off your Akasha terminal!
Good. Is this the real life?
She's not in her room. What happened? Huh? What usual spot?
The bench. She don't remember the bench? Oh god, finally. A festival that went on for way longer than it should have. And overstayed its welcome. Or that. And somehow she spawned here. Is she actually alive?
Well done, traveler and Paimon.
You're here? After we actually find you?
Thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sabzeruz festival for me.
Wait, did she actually... Or are we...
I'm sorry, who are...
Dunyarzad!
Oh, a traveler, Paimon. I have something amazing to tell you. I just had a dream. And I saw NILOU performing the dance of Sabzeruz.
How? How is she alive? How is she alive?
You're actually Nahida, aren't you?
What?
Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we met at the Sabzeruz festival. And Dunyarzad, did you save her?
It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her.
What?
Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else.
Did we just see...
How about by the traveler's favorite bench.
Wait, Catherine is Nahida? Oh, God. Wait, is that why Catherine acted different? Is Catherine actually Nahida the whole time?
Let's talk about Dunyarzad first.
After we parted on the last day of the Sabzeruz festival, I left the city and saw what the traveler had described.
What was it?
Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion.
What were you suspicious of?
Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha's control.
So, Dunyarzad found a way out?
Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its original dream. Where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible. But it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the Samsara.
So you kept a consciousness of her with a dream there. So you found a single trace of her consciousness in that dream and kept it alive. Just so she could survive until the end of the Samsara.
So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end. Not a moment too soon.
God, it was a horrible nightmare indeed.
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently.
Okay, it turned out well. So the dream was in fact a lie.
Alright, you two must have a lot of other questions for me, right?
At the Avidia forest, there was this incense that made the traveler fall unconscious and dream of a huge tree and a red sky.
You also heard someone's voice, right? It said world and forget me.
Drugs. Yes, and it's also not the same person. My guess is that the leader of the Ain Al-Admar, I can't remember the name. I'm not good with names. I hear so many names every day, it's hard for me to remember. Or maybe I'm just not good at remembering them. Unless I hear them once or twice. But then again, that's another story. There's also the leader of the Ain Al-Mar also said that when he tried to absorb the corrupted divine capsule, so...
Yeah, so you do know! We've been wanting to ask you what that was about, and if the red sky was related to Conria.
Forget me. Is that like a Archon god? But no, Conria didn't have an Archon god, so who was saying that in there?
It seems like the traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul. Perhaps her last memory before she died.
So maybe the Greater Lord wanted everybody to forget her and remember Nahida instead?
As you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria. The timings of these events do line up, so your suspicions are reasonable.
A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from King Deshret.
So basically drugs can let you speak to God. Yeah. Ain't that the thing, Patrick? Like, I've seen, like, eat alcohol considered spirits. I don't know. Like, I've heard, like, history of alcohol, history of drugs as, like, every religious thing has something to do with drugs, and it allowed someone to speak to God somewhere.
King Deshret? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him. You probably just heard some of their conspiracies.
What do you expect when you're dealing with an extremist group?
Okay, so what does the message mean?
She wanted to be forgotten.
I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even the Akasha isn't currently capable of doing that. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that has a very dangerous aura to it.
Why?
Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the academia about this many times, but people still keep falling victim to it. But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've kept trying to decipher it.
So, are you gonna somehow figure out how to take in that corrupted divine stuff without falling apart? Also, it's interesting how day and night is actually progressing normally.
So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tainari also said that Irminsul is sick. Is it because of the contaminated consciousness? But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about,
the traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. With you here, we may have a chance at deciphering it.
So the traveler can take in the divine stuff without being screwed over.
No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect Irminsul. This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate.
Why do you look like Catherine?
Tourette's.
Why do you look like Catherine?
To be accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy Catherine's consciousness.
So you're controlling her.
how did you do that?
So
Poor Catherine. Does this mean you can also occupy other people's consciousnesses?
oh god.
Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha terminal. The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha terminal, my consciousness has always been linked to the Akasha. I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary, I just borrow this bionic Snezhnayan puppet.
Funny how Catherine is seen as everywhere and is in all the other adventures things. So it's interesting how Nahida is able to absorb information from many other places, from the Adventurers Guild, or many other people who are reporting the Adventurers Guild. So it seems like Nahida really does. Guess we know what Catherine is. Oh god. So it's interesting that Nahida really does embody the frickin' Lord of Wisdom or Archon, Dendro Archon.
Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So, Cat, what about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the sanctuary?
That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared, the sages found my newly born self and took me back to Sumeru. At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Suristhana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. But I've hardly heard from them since.
Catherine is actually a puppet.
However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me, a symbol of her passing.
They don't want to accept the fact that their Greater Lord has passed away, and they don't want to deal with Nahida.
So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they! Why don't you teach them a lesson, Nahida?
In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata and I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom. Moreover, the Academia is also more proficient at governing this country. My existence has little meaning.
It had meaning to Junior's eye.
Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at the Sabzeruz festival. Everyone who showed up truly loves you.
Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as I can connect with trying to find a way to save Irminsul as my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that and try to live up to being a deity in the meantime.
Yeah, God works in mysterious ways.
Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there.
About the sage's
But
plan.
there's never been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumeru. This is the first time I've seen them step out of line.
Yeah, well, out of all the other times that they've done stuff, why now?
I wonder what caused them to go down this path, and what they hope to achieve.
Well, they're efficient at governing, but why take an extra step?
Even though the city's residents haven't noticed anything strange, if the Traveler hadn't broken the Sabzeruz Samsara, the situation could have become dire.
People would have been asleep forever.
I tried to do some investigating in the Akasha. I think they're deliberately trying to hide something.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvaville, there was a sage who had invited Tighnari to join some kind of project. Could it be related?
Why would Tighnari refuse? Did he know something was up? And just like Mondstadt, Leeway, and Inazuma, are the Fatui somehow involved in Sumeru?
Regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if needed.
Exactly.
But you mean how the Akasha stops you from having dreams?
Yes.
Yeah, it's been such a long time.
It's not that no one noticed. It's more like no one cared. Ultimately, it's all rooted in the sage's misdirection.
Misdirection?
The sages convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationality and wisdom. Not dreaming is a badge of honor in Sumeru.
You remember that ending scene from the one Fatui video you reacted to? There was a... barely, if I could try to get it. There was a funeral where all the Harbingers got together, and... barely... like, something about Signora having, like, an icy funeral, and then somehow the entirety of, like, this building is encased in ice, and then it goes to Calais and Tighnari. Something about the Fatui's plan going somewhere in Sumeru. So, my guess is it might be related, but you're gonna have to put a flashback in there at some point, Patrick.
Flashback.
Say, you're looking very young today, Doctor.
You know very well that I do not take that as a compliment.
So, where's the segment in the prime of his life, then?
He's busy with a little experiment in blasphemy.
So... Ooh. Ooh,
Colin, time to head out on patrol.
Okay, Master Tighnari.
What was that?
End of flashback.
Even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the Akasha, with their propaganda in place, the sages can maximize their use of the Akasha to facilitate their research.
What are they researching?
Besides, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata must have created the Akasha in the hopes that it could be used to its full potential. That's why I've never come out strongly against this. Anyway, by now, even those who never use Akasha terminals find it too shameful and embarrassing to talk about their dreams.
Yeah, well, there's nothing wrong with this subconscious. Maybe it might be weird in a social sense, but sometimes you gotta accept that some people have a subconscious.
Got it. I hope my answers were satisfactory. See, to be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct another project on this.
Go and get some sleep. Leave everything to us. What a relief.
Most exhausting birthday.
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I here? Do either of you know?
You were taken over by the Dendro Archon.
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened to walk by, so we thought we'd wait for you to wake up.
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime. Oh, I'm fine. I better go. Thank you.
Maybe you should record yourself while you sleep.
We've spent quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her.
Core 30, talk to her friendy.
We can't just keep waiting around like this. Let's go find Catherine and pick up some work so we can at least keep ourselves busy.
No, I'm sleeping it off. I'm gonna do this because I feel like it, because it will start at 3. That's okay. I'm gonna end it right now because I'm tired as hell. And the first thing I want to do is this. I want a character. Please. I see purple. Please. No, 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 no. You can actually do twinkles. No, no, no.
Hello! I'm Kachina, a member of the Children of Echoes. I adore green fruits and would love to become more strong, even though I'm still not much of a fighter. I should probably save all that for later, right? Then, are you hoping to go somewhere? I'm pretty familiar with these parts, so I can show you the way.
These parts. This is a not long character, isn't she? Also, she has a really long line. And also, her drill looks like something from Zenless Zone Zero. Alright, I got Kachina. A not long character. Despite the fact that I haven't actually traveled to not long. Alright, you know what? I'll actually go for it. I want to see if I can go for another one. Can I go for another one? The answer? Yes. But I want to do one per night, and I'll do another one tomorrow. Actually, can I do another one tomorrow? You know what? Screw it. Let's just do it. What do you got for me? Another one? Or is it all not, 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 and not! Screw it! Screw all of it! Moving on. I got a character, but that's it. Goodbye. Good night. Later.